Happy New Year, CU family. It's exciting that we've made it to 2021. It's been interesting times, and we've had what I would call a successful fall semester, and we're ready to tackle another one. And I'm just thankful that we're here to start this new year together. You know, I met with our faculty this morning, and we've got some creative ideas, and they miss you, and we're ready to get started and get learning underway as we prepare to finish out this year together. You know, I'm here as well because of chapel. And chapel is always a special time for our family here on campus and those who watch in the community and at other locations. And today we are going to highlight our acting president, Dr. Keith Spears. He is stepping in and taking over leadership while we search for our new president in the future, Dr. Michael Carter. And I hope that you enjoy the message today, and that I look forward to the spring semester with you. God bless.
Hello, everyone. Wow, what a day, huh? Thanks for taking a few minutes with me here, and those who have joined me in the chapel, a very limited group, I might add, social distance and all. I appreciate you allowing me to come into your computers with you. My name is Keith Spears. You'll see me around on campus, and I sit in the president's role right now. And this is our first chapel and the first convocation of 2021. Wow. Did you ever think we'd make it here? Some had their doubts, but if you are a tiger from Campbellsville University, then you really don't let anything get in your way. Well, the convocation is a weekly event. It allows us to have an opportunity to share with one another about some common themes and really get to know each other a little better. But for now, I really want to direct my comments to you, our students. This thing we call chapel convocation is kind of a midpoint in the week. We hold it on Wednesdays and gives us a chance to pause. Yes, I'm painfully aware that many of our students take advantage of this time to catch up on their Facebook or other social media, and I can't say that a few years earlier I would have done otherwise. But I beseech you now to use this time to take a breather from the everyday and to discover more about the university, your world, and yourselves. It's really an opportunity to meditate and find ourselves closer to God. As you may be aware, President Mike Carter and his wife, Mrs. Carter, they've retired. And they're beginning a new, well-deserved chapter in their lives. Well, so does Campbellsville University. Personally, I can't thank him enough for bringing me here in 2009 to be part of this institution. Right now, the Board of Trustees have asked me to step in and provide some leadership for the university during this time of transition. I have to say that I'm honored and I'm privileged and humbled in many ways, and yet a little shaken in accepting such a task. This is really a big job to marshal the forces, and that includes you students, and the many constituents that we serve to continue this great mission of Campbellsville University. That's right, it's partly your responsibility too to help us build on the past, to solve today's problems and then get ready for the next generation of students. For those who aren't familiar with me, I'm a native of Appalachia. Now, wait a minute, okay, you say Appalachia. It's not Appalachia, it's Appalachia. And I guess that's one of my concerns about people. Okay, here's how you say it. Appalachia, it's like, okay, I've got this piece of fruit, right? And I'm going to throw an apple at you. You get that. Raised in what we commonly call the Free State of Fort Gay, West Virginia. Now that's just across the Big Sandy River, the Big Sandy River from Louisa, Kentucky. Right in the coal fields. I'm the son of parents who firmly believed in education. Unfortunately, they were limited in their own education, but they assured that I would be the first generation of my family to attend and graduate from college. Boy, how can I ever thank them enough? It's my prayer that they would be pleased with this intangible gift that they have provided and what I've done with it. On the main campus, if you visit Bruce the Tiger near Winter's Dining Hall, well, you'll see their names on a brass plaque. As you go by there, just wave at Harold and Elizabeth Spears for me, okay? You're coming back to school or maybe you're beginning your university experience in one of the most dangerous months on record within COVID-19 pandemic concerns. Our student services and physical plant teams have been working diligently ever since you left back in December to get everything ready for you. In the residence halls, the classrooms, and the rest of the university, working to make it as safe as possible. Yes, we've all lived through nearly a year of COVID-19. We've had to scrunch schedules. Classes were moved to remote and hybrid learning, and now back again, and maybe again back to some hybrid. Well, you've had to deal with meals. Really, everything's to-go lunch now. Your intramural activities became vacant as you moved your studies to your computer, and in some cases, you have lived a life of a hermit in quarantine with meals being delivered to your doorstep. But you, like the rest of the world, have learned new ways to make this idea of higher education work. You've worn masks, you've kept your social distances, dealt with plexiglass barriers, repeated your nasal swab test, and developed new levels of sanitation, allowing all of this to become the standard? Yeah, that's what's happened. Well, I regret to tell you that we can expect more of the same. Health experts are predicting January to be the worst month on record, both in infection and deaths. And that means that safety and health are a primary concern for you, your colleagues, your families, your coaches, your professors, your roommates, and your friends down the street. Vaccines, well, there's still a distant hope. We really don't have any information at this time as to when the university will find our place in that line. Our university offices will be open to welcome you, and of course, those who are in Los Angeles Center will remain closed until the local government there allows people to return to work. I just ask everyone to be patient and respect the social distances in order to keep our university faculty and staff safe from this plague that remains upon us. It may take a little bit more time than usual to get an answer to that burning question that you have, but just hang in there. Help is on the way. There are some changes taking place at Campbellsville University, and I want to share a couple of these with you. On the main campus, you'll want to visit the new mass communication building. Now, it's located on the far edge of the university. That's on the corner, on the corner of Meter Street and Nancy Cox Drive. How's that for a broadcast voice? Meter Street and Nancy Cox Drive. Well, why put broadcast there? It's because our studios, WLCU, TV, and FM, well, they've moved there. They've moved out of that small building near Broadway Hall to this expanded major studio space at this new center. And who else is there? Well, our faculty in the academic programs of mass communication. They're going to be there as well, along with classrooms. Be sure to get over there and make a tour. You'll find that it's very exciting. And once we get back to regularly scheduled sporting events, you'll want to experience the brand new Finley Stadium. Yes, down with the old and up with the new. I have to tell you, its skyboxes and the media boxes that you'll find in this structure, they're state of the art. There are going to be meeting spaces, even a classroom, and new sports information office areas. All that's going to be found in the building, some on the second floor, some on the third floor, and some on the fourth floor. Yes, this is a very huge building. Granted, COVID-19 has slowed the progress, but we will see this open as soon as spring football advances. Spring football? I never thought about going to spring football games, but here we are. I'm going to tell you, this is what a major university facility looks like. And Finley Stadium is just waiting for the Tiger football team to bring home a victory in a bowl game to its own new home. Over in Harrodsburg, we're completing our first major postgraduate doctorate professional school. That is one mouthful of words. I'm going to say that again. The first major postgraduate doctorate professional school, the School of Chiropractic, will be opening later this year with its first student cohort. And in Louisville, Tiger Hall at the Louisville Education Center will be undergoing final renovations to accommodate its Welcome Center and its admissions offices. I have to share with you that the university in which you belong is very widespread. You're going to find centers throughout Kentucky. Harrodsburg, Louisville, Somerset, Liberty, Hodgenville, and Paris. That's Paris, Kentucky, not France. Well, we have classrooms also in California. You'll find them in Los Angeles and San Francisco Bay Area. You know, we even have an office in Hyderabad, India. And recently, I'm proud to announce that we received approval of the Ministry of Higher Education. The Ministry of Higher Education for our new center in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Yes, we're going north across the border as soon as we can get rid of all these masks. The growth of Campbellsville University has evolved this institution into a real system, the Campbellsville University system. And this business in which you've enrolled is, well, it's business university, but this business you've been enrolled in is really different than any other kind of enterprise. What we have for you is an intangible object, a subject, a product. And we call it education. Look, I can't hand you a pocket full of education. And don't expect us to go over to the shelf and pull down a bag full of education and pass it across the counter. What Campbellsville University does for you is that it brings you an opportunity to learn and to prepare yourself for a career, one which you may not even realize exists yet. We help you change your life for the better. We say that we produce or create servant leaders. Well, that's what you will be one day. And finally, I must speak of the images that we have seen from the nation's capital. They have been distressing. The world's greatest symbol of democracy being invaded. A colleague and I were recently speaking about the fall of 2019, at the time when the nation was split politically and the president was under indictment. We said at the time, wow, nothing could get worse in America than this. How little did we know as to what the year 2020 held for us. A pandemic with death at anyone's door. Could it get any worse? And then a major financial downturn with the loss of jobs and economic ruin. Could it get any worse? The killing of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, with the resulting riots in the streets. Could it get any worse? And now the darkest days of COVID-19. Could it get any? Frankly, we're not going to ask that question anymore because we know, yes, it can get worse. As we go into this semester with the national issues on our news feeds, we remember back to what I said at the beginning of this message. A tiger won't let anything get in its way. And I ask you to be like that tiger. Not to let these major challenges stop you from being the person and the servant leader that we know you can be. We ask that you continue to look for that new sun, that sun over the horizon, one that will warm our faces and light up a new world of opportunity. You know, my Irish friends would say, they'd say it this way: may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rains fall softly upon your fields. And until we meet again, whether it's on this campus or wherever we are, may God hold you in the palm of His hand. And I say to you, let your tiger heart roar.